Anyway, I'm just going to get into it. I don't see any reason not to. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of OnBreak, the only podcast that is being recorded in the receiving area of a department store while I am, dramatic pause, on break. So, how is everyone doing? Today, the trucks came in at a pretty bad time. Usually, we're supposed to have them in as soon as we get on shift. Except this time, they didn't come in till about 2 hours after they're supposed to come in. So we're kind of messed up on the order of things today. But yeah. So for those of you wondering, why am I doing this? The short and sweet answer is because I'm completely bored out of my mind. And it gives me something to do during break instead of just kind of sitting there and just wasting away. And at first it was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with my time. I'm gonna watch movies and read manga, and I'm gonna do all these things, and then eventually you run out of those things and you're like, what do I do now? And then you just sit there kind of scrolling for a while. So instead I said, hey, I basically just talked to myself. We're going to notice a lot of those in the recording of these. That's called a voice crack. It's when I get a little bit, I wouldn't say I get nervous, but I find that in moments of hesitation on how I'm going to say something, my voice cracks a little bit. It goes into a higher pitch, which I get a lot. I used to get a lot more of them. For any of you wondering why I decided to raise an octave and go to a bit more of a fortissimo as opposed to what I was maybe close to a bass before, that's why. But yeah, this is it. That's why I'm doing it, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be doing it. And I'll tell you why I'm very excited to be doing it. I'm very excited to be doing it because the idea of it is so complete dog ass. It's like, okay, what if we just got some complete dickhead who works at a minimum wage job at a department store, and then just mic them up in the back room and just let them talk. Just let them go off, man. It's sort of I think it's just going to be this release of complete unfiltered nonsense. We may get into some serious topics. We may get into something a little more off the cuff. We may get into very heated discussions. But for right now, it's more of a personal journal. It's more of a personal journal. But I hope that in some way I can give you a little something to pass your day by. Optimally, when you're at work, I can be the little angel and the little devil in your ear at the same time, and I can just give you something to listen to, But if I'm being frank, I don't really care if you're here or not to hear it. It's gonna be a lot of me, and not a lot of anyone else. I don't think. And it's probably not going to be you. I don't think you're going to be coming on the show anytime soon. So, basically just strap in and, yeah. So, how's your day going? Today is National Cookie Day, so they handed us some cookies on the break room. I got me a shriveled up Chips Ahoy Reese's cookie. It tastes it genuinely is like just the most disappointing, mushed together amalgamation of what could be so cleansing of the soul and the mind and the body. And it's just like, I don't know what this flavor is. You know, you're eating something and it's like, it's not dry, because dry would mean that like, oh, I need a cup of water. It's like this mush that's like, maybe it's not quite sweet. You know, if I close my eyes, right? Keep them completely shut. If you want to participate at home, you can do this too. Close your eyes, and then bring the cookie. I'm going to bring that cookie right into your mouth. Would I even think for like a second that it was a chocolate chip cookie? Would I even think it was a Reese's Chips Ahoy cookie? No, I think I would just be like, what are you shoving in between my teeth right now? Just for my stupid ass tongue to get in there and be like, oh yeah, this is something that needs to be sent to the brain. This is something I need to communicate. Complete asshole. Complete asshole, by the way. Because if the tongue really spent time, let's just say the tongue, right? If it really spent time doing its job, it wouldn't tell us. It would just push it out. You know, it wouldn't taste something completely terrible and be like, this is what it is. It's still going back down your throat. You know, like it's sort of like I have the free will of my body for certain things, but then sometimes we gotta wait so it gets all the way down to the stomach and then starts being ingested, that it's like, no, we gotta throw that shit up. If the tongue just locked in a little bit more, not a lot, but if the tongue just locked in a little bit more, pushed it out, said this isn't any good, then we'd be fine. But you have to like think about it for a second. Like, okay, so I went to a night market with a couple of friends a little bit ago, and there was a bunch of food there, and there was a bunch of like really good food. Like, I'm not trashing the night market; it was fantastic. And we went to this chicken place, or this like grill place, and it was like getting closer to the end of the night, so like, you know, not everything was open anymore, and they didn't have all the options available. Which didn't matter to me. I don't even know why I ordered this. But you go and I ordered a chicken liver, like on a stick. So like I could have picked anything. Of course I go for the chicken liver. It was like the most disgusting, horrid thing I think I've ever ingested into my body in a really long time. It was basically if you took dog food, wet dog food, mind you, maybe cat food, wet cat food, and then you just kind of crisp it up just a bit, so that you convince people it's not wet cat food. Put it on a stick, and then you ingest that into your body, and like, I don't know how many different phases I went through of like, oh, that's kind of interesting, to like, oh, maybe that's pretty good, to like, that is the nastiest thing I have ever consumed. And the worst part was I paid money for it. It was so bad. It was so bad that one of my friends ate it and then had to throw up 3 times in the fucking urinal. And in just that moment, you'd think maybe the tongue would do a little bit more. Push it out. Get it out of the mouth. We still have time to salvage this situation. We don't have to put this in. But I gotta get it in there. Get it, start thinking if it's gonna be okay. Realize it's really kind of strange. And then even for a second, like, maybe it's kind of good. And then it's like, no, this is complete dog shit. Like, what are we doing here, man? What's the body doing here? Goddamn prime of our evolution. You know, the mind. So immaculate at the end of the day. So it's just a random, I don't know, it could be an uncooked steak. It could be poisonous berries. It could be anything. At any moment, decades, centuries, millennias of evolution could be ended because you just ate something that wasn't quite right. We're so fragile. You know what I mean? We're so incredibly fragile. Still eating the cookie though. The cookie isn't that bad. I have free food. I think if I had to give a review to the Chips Ahoy cookie, by the way, no, I'm not about bagged popcorn that's already popped, and I'm not about the Chips Ahoy cookie, because the best kind of cookies, similar to pizza, they're gonna be made at a local place. They're gonna be made in your grandma's kitchen. You know, you're not gonna get the good stuff from a packaged place. But the least I'll give something like Domino's or like Pizza Hut is like, it's consistent and it's not egregious. The factory machine is off. Maybe you can hear me a bit better now. I'm probably gonna go to this post and realize like you can't hear me at all. But that's, you know, you can't. You gotta talk your shit, and you gotta back it up. So if I say I'm recording this in the receiving room of a department store, you're gonna believe me. I don't like lying to people. You know, I like to make sure that everything I say is truthful. Now, I know it sounded a little weird that I took a long time to say that, but I swear I'm trying to be genuine. I kind of think, like, in a lot of ways, I feel like we would be, I don't know, 50 to like 70% better off in our lives, not even our day-to-day things, just everything, if we were just honest with each other. And I think some people will hear that and be like, that's a nothing take. That's like saying if everyone was nice to each other, the world would be a more peaceful place. But genuinely, because I think there's arguments where it's like, oh, you shouldn't be that, because if you're honest with people, you'll never get anything done. You know? So like, let's say I'm working with someone. No one here. I'm not using this as a platform to talk shit about my coworkers. I'm just gonna put that out there. If I'm working with someone and I completely hate them, and like they're just completely asinine to be around, like they're just the most annoying person in the world, complete piece of shit, right? You know, bad person, bad breath, stinks, smells. Take a shower. I'm not going to make fun of you because you're ugly. I'm going to make fun of you if you smell like ass. It's a very easy process. You don't even need to necessarily use the body wash. Most people are just going to do it because they're regular functioning people. For you, I'm just going to give you the option of saying body wash is optional. You got in the shower, good job. Ugly, okay. You know, it's fine. We're all a little ugly. A lot of us are very ugly. I'm not even going to say I'm not ugly. I think I'm ugly in a lot of ways, especially during certain angles. I mean, the down and the 3/4 angle is horrid for my skin. Let's say I'm talking to this person, this absolute putrid mess of a person. The first thing I would say, if I was being completely honest with them, is take a shower, to be fair. The machine is back. But I don't think that would, like, if I said, you need to take a shower, you smell like shit, that wouldn't stop them from, like, passing me a box. Or, like, like, helping me put something on a higher shelf because they're taller than me. I may not stand around them because they smell like ass, but it's like, I think we think it's like, oh, if we told that person that they completely reeked, then like that would be an issue and like we couldn't work anymore. No, I wouldn't disrespect you as a worker. And I still am, like, most people are just trying to get through their day. There's not a lot of people out here who would like start being honest and then be like, honestly, I'm going to snap your neck. You know, and then do it. And I'm not saying we should just listen to all our urges either. I'm just saying if we told people how we felt about them quicker, we would. I think we would get things done, faster. But I think maybe that's also just a cultural thing, where it's like, okay, let's say we started being honest right now. Everyone in I'm just going to say, let's keep it small. Let's say everyone in the state. New York State. That's where I am. I'm in New York State. And we all just start being honest this moment. We didn't grow up being this way, We grew up with this sort of, things you gotta do to be kind of nice to people, but then not really nice to people. I just feel like if you hit the switch right now, maybe there would be a lot of problems. I tell that guy he smells like a complete ass. Not an ass. He is the ass. Because he smells like shit. He probably, hasn't heard that and he'd be like, ow, that hurts my feelings. But then he would tell me that hurts my feelings. He wouldn't be like, oh, whatever, man. He'd be like, why would you say that? That hurts my feelings. And I'll be like, dude, I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just saying you smell like complete ass. And I'll be like, you probably should take a shower. And you'd be like, is it really that bad? And I'm like, yeah, it's that bad. But I'm not saying anything bad about you as a person. And also, we can just continue on with the workday. Now, to people who are listening acutely, they may have noticed I also said this person was a bad person. So, okay, let's say we do that conversation where I'm like, I think you are a terrible person. I don't think you deserve the amount of niceness and well and goodwill that people give to you, because I don't think you give that to other people. If I said that to them in this completely honest state, they would, I don't know, what would they say? If they just screamed, they were like, fuck you, go fucking die. They would probably just get fired, and then we could move on with our day. And if they tried to beat me up afterwards, well, yeah, I was right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was right. I told them what happened, and if they were being honest with me, and they're like, I'm gonna kill you, and then they got fired, we would have solved the problem. And honesty would have been the best policy at the end of the day. Now, maybe that one day... Oh, you see there? See, that's a voice crack. Maybe that one day wouldn't go so swimmingly. Maybe work would be a little hard to get through that day. But then the days after, we would be working like fucking magic. We'd be working LeBron and D. Wade. Okay? We'd be working Sue and Storm. You feel me? We would be the workplace would be such a nicer place to be in, because that guy who was clearly a problem and was violent would be gone. And now, to the acute listener, you probably are going to say something like, okay, well, what if you told him that he said he was going to kill you and then snapped your neck and you were dead? Let me think about that. I don't think that would happen. But wouldn't more... Okay. Maybe that would happen. Okay, if we were completely honest, I think for the first couple days or weeks, maybe there would be a lot more instances of people getting killed. Yeah, but I said the urges wouldn't come out. We would just tell people how we feel about them. And words can hurt, but not that bad. Not as bad as a sucker punch to the face, or having your legs ripped off your spine. I don't. You are twisting the argument to be what if we just let our animals loose? I'm not saying let's be animals. I'm just saying if we told people how we felt about them. Does honesty inspire? I don't think honesty inspires violent acts. I feel like if anything, honesty is better at handling emotions, and therefore the violence comes out less. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of anger is sort of like all this shit about like I'm not happy with myself. I'm gonna take it out on you kind of thing, and it's sort of like this ball of frustration. I feel like if honesty is implied, a lot of that anger just kind of gets put out there, and then it's gone in a more healthy way. So that's what I would say, you know. Now, this may also happen where it's like maybe top government officials just start telling people they want them to fucking die. Just start. I mean, but I think that's a good thing. I mean, politicians would be defunct. They can't lie to us. They can't tell us things that aren't true. And if they do tell us things and they don't come true, let's say a politician makes a promise. I don't know what promise it is. Let's say a politician makes a promise. I'm gonna save 500 babies from burning buildings when I get elected. If they didn't do that, we wouldn't be sitting here like, well, you told us the babies were going to get saved. And not only were there no babies in fires, you also didn't save the ones that were. We would just be like, it's okay that you fucked up. Or it's not okay that you fucked up, so you can't be the president anymore. You can't be the mayor anymore. So like, yeah, it would happen, but like we wouldn't be in a situation where it's like, well, he just did that so that he could secretly embezzle funds into his own personal offshore accounts and do all this other horse shit. You know, I don't think dishonesty makes the world go round. I really don't. I mean, if you took dishonest people out of the equation right now, maybe the world would collapse for a bit. Like I said, like in the first couple of days or weeks or maybe even months, you know, maybe things would get a little bad, right? If politicians just start being honest, and then like, I don't know, you know, but this is the same situation as me and the coworker who smells like shit. Is that like, would they just start killing people? They're already doing bad things. It can't get that much worse, you know. I told you we were going to be getting into some serious topics here. The politicians are already doing bad things. The president is already doing bad things to many people. I'm sorry to get political on the first episode. I don't mean to scare away people, but let's just be honest here. I'm actually not going to do it. I am going to take the side of people getting kicked out of their homes and deported across to foreign countries. I am going to be on their side and say that maybe the president, Donald Trump, should not do that to people. But I'm not actually going to get into politics. Not because I'm necessarily scared of the backlash. Just because I genuinely think it would be a waste of time for me and everyone listening. Because, like, that's where the take ends. I don't have anything else to say. I don't have any other nuance to add to that situation. It's just, I'm looking at something obviously bad and letting everyone know I don't agree with it. I don't have anything else. I have opinions on these things, but like I don't have like the statistics to like back it up, you know? And that's me being honest. You see how that works? See, if I was a dishonest person, I would say a lot of other things. And then you wouldn't know what to feel about me. I would say, like, we're not going to get into politics for some reason, you know, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, we're not going to get into this specific instance of a political incident because I don't have any nuance to say to it. Now, is the obvious true? Yeah, the obvious is true. He's probably planning to become the king and inherited ruler of the United States of America. Therefore, he is inflicting a totalitarian reign over the country. It's only been 7 months. He's probably not going to leave after 4 years. These things are true, in my opinion. But that's about it. I don't have anything else to add. I didn't expect to go there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know. I went there. You ever meet someone like that? I went there. You didn't go there. Everyone else was already there. You were like, you're not like someone on a soapbox. You're not a Christ-led man. You know, you're not starting a revolution. You're just saying things that are blatantly obvious. No one cares. I don't know, man. Am I just yelling at demons? Do these people even exist? I don't know, man. I haven't even gotten through. I'm trying to get through half a cup of coffee before I go back to work, and I'm so wrapped up that I barely have even drank any of it. Like, come on, dude. Yeah, we got most of that down. Don't get me on a Chips Ahoy cookie. I'll go off. Don't get me on a Chips Ahoy cookie, okay? You don't want to see me after a Chips Ahoy cookie. You can probably hear me wrinkling the other bag. This is a Chips Ahoy cookie, but this is the Hershey's one. I can only imagine that this one is equally dry and bad and just mush. And you know, I miss my mother. She made good chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I should go visit her sometime. She is alive. Oh my god, it's mushed together. You're not even set. It's like an Oreo without the filling. It's okay, they came apart. I was being over dramatic. Anyway, we're going on break soon. We don't have time to get into anything other than this delectable cookie made by Chips Ahoy. I think this one's even worse. This one's even worse. They didn't even try. Does someone taste test these? Does anyone taste test these? There are good packaged cookies. I don't know why this is the one they decided to go with. Who is buying this shit? What is like, stop? You don't need to. I'm not even going to tell you to make it at home. There's like buy Tate's. Buy other packaged cookies. Who's buying this, man? Not good. We're on break soon. Well, I mean, we're on break, but we gotta. So I'm on break, and then I gotta go. You only get like. We're taking a break from the break soon. That's all I'm saying. We're taking a break from the break soon. Because you gotta clock in to make sure that you can only have 45 minutes for actual break where you don't get paid, and then there's like 30 minutes afterwards where you're still on break but you get paid for it. Did you have to do like a punch thing at the computer? So I gotta go do that soon. So that's gonna happen every episode. So we're going on break. You're like, well, we're already on break. I'm like, fuck. I don't know what I should call it. Should I call it clocking in? Or should we're clocking in soon? But we're not. Because that would make it seem like we're done. We're coming back in 2 seconds. I don't know, man. We're done talking. For now. We'll be back soon. Oh my god. Still like the cookie. It is free. It is free. Brian Chesterfield, dead air. Oh, my name's Brian, by the way. I forgot to mention that. That'd be a nice thing to do with someone. A nice thing to do with someone you've just met. Just go on like a complete 30-minute tirade about some random horse shit and be like, oh yeah, this is my name. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I am your host. Anyway, we'll be back soon. We're so back. We call it halftime. Halftime is over. What are we gonna close this out with? Let me enter the Mind Palace for a second. Oh my god. I can truly say whatever I want on this little thing here, because I'm so unqualified for anything, right? I don't have any influence. Well, right now I don't have any influence. Of course, we're gonna go big. We're gonna go big here, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I think there was a time that changed when people started really caring about what other people said. And this isn't like a cancel culture rant. There became a point when we lost so much faith in like news reporting and things that we're supposed to go to understand what was happening, and we started shifting it towards like comedians and like random people on the internet. And then it was like the people who just have like who have no backing or any reason for people to listen to them. And we just started solely basing it on like if we vibe with that person and if we sort of just like have some idea that that person is like-minded, and so they get up on their stage or their stream or their podcast like what I'm doing now, and then they like say things and people are like, yeah, let me back this, you know. And then it becomes this whole thing where it's like we go to this person for opinions, sort of, but then also like I do it too, where it's like you listen to certain people that either like you like or you find funny, and sometimes they'll say things that you really resonate with, or like they'll have like an opinion, and be like, I knew it. Like, I knew it. I knew this person was a good person. You know, and then like you'll find someone you hate and like you wait for them to say one thing, and you're like, I knew it. I knew this guy was a complete dickhead the whole time. I was just waiting. I knew he was an asshole. I knew it. It's such a waste. Isn't this the biggest waste of time in the entire world? We don't even have, like, I could be doing that with a real life human being, but instead I'm listening to someone on the internet like have opinions, and I'm like kind of responding to them. I mean, not that I'm not contributing to it right now, what I'm talking about. So, I gotta stop doing this. I'm realizing how pointless this all is. I mean, it's still fun. I didn't think I'd be deconstructing the thing I wanted to do, episode 1. Guys, just don't, if you get to this, if anyone's listening, just stop watching, just go outside. No, this is supposed to be fun. But I don't know. We just get so invested in other people, and I guess like it's not really an issue. And I think everyone does it, but I think you just wonder. I wonder what it would be like if that didn't exist. I really do. If we just removed it, like technology is one thing. Usually the lights go out after a bit. They're on like motion sensors, and they just went out like they usually do, and I was ready for it, and then they came right back on, and I didn't like it. There's a fly buzzing around me. But yeah, like if we just had to exist with each other instead of the internet and like any like other like spokesperson, even like late night show hosts and stuff like that. Like if we just removed that, like what would happen? I don't know. Maybe not a lot. Maybe for some people not a lot because they don't interact with that stuff anyway. But yeah, it's just interesting. I think. You don't have to think it's interesting. You can leave right now, and I'm not going to have my feelings hurt. And if you want to leave and tell me to go fuck myself on the way out, I honestly would appreciate it. I would appreciate it even more if you left, stopped listening, and then told me in the comments that I completely suck dick. And here's why, I would love it. I would genuinely love it. Which I won't love later, maybe. If I get a lot of these, which I probably won't. I don't know. Why are we talking about? Why are we talking about success on the first episode? Why are we talking about success at all? Because it's on the brain. We all want things to pop off, don't we? Anyway. Oh my god, does this guy ever shut up? I'm sorry. But, yeah, I don't know. We're just back at topic 1, honesty. Honesty defines all. We're at half point. Coffee is drank. We've moved on to water. I think the water will be done soon. And then we're moving on to neck pillow time. Gotta have your neck pillow. Gotta have it, especially if you're going on a bus ride. Highly recommend it. Mostly because for some reason I have this curse where whenever I get on a bus, I have a neck pillow, and I had 2 neck pillows, and I either packed them or I forgot to pack them, or I put my bag with the neck pillow underneath the bus and I didn't have it on with me. And I just hope that one day I'm gonna ride that damn bus with a neck pillow. If I could have one thing, it's not money, it's not fame, it's not power, hell, it's not even love. It's being comfortable on the bus ride, on the 2 to 3 hour bus ride. If I could just be snug as a bug in a rug, that would be great. That would be truly fantastic, and I could tell everyone about it. They'd be so happy for me, and I'd be so happy too. Oh. Gotta get back to work. I hope your work day is going nice. And I'm gonna try to say that as much as I possibly can. I really do hope your work day is going well. And if it's not, I hope that somehow I made it a little bit better. Someone check on Britney. Is anyone checking on Britney Spears? Is anyone checking on her? Is she okay? We check on her to make sure that she's doing all right. That's what I would appreciate. Just a little update. Just to make sure that we know that we care. Just to let her know that we care. Like young star, up and comer, didn't deserve what happened to her. I think she got into drugs or something like that. Forced to be in the spotlight. Made some bangers. Banger after banger. I mean, come on. Maybe I'm just valuing the quality of her work more than her as a person. And maybe that's not fair. Because maybe if she showed up, didn't make good music, and then got addicted to drugs, I wouldn't really care. But she did show and make great music, so, I mean, it's nothing else. I don't have it on my playlist. Not that I would be afraid to. It's just not the vibe. But Can someone check on her? Is she okay? Maybe we should check on Justin too? Justin Bieber? I know he said the N-word one time. Which is bad. I'm not laughing at that idea. I think I'm more laughing at the idea of Justin Bieber calling someone a slur is so funny. And I know that might sound bad, but it's like, because it's Justin Bieber, dude. Like, really? That's the guy? Oh, never say never. That guy? You got called a slur by him? And then, like, it's just like, he's so white. Like, he's so white. It's just, like, embarrassing. Not for you. I'm sorry. No, sorry. Just saying. He's so incredibly, like, he's well known, but he's not known for anything serious or edgy. And he's like a fuckboy. It's just like the idea that we're gonna take him saying a slur seriously is just like, really? You know? Like, if Danny, like, okay, think about it this way. In a similar sense, if Danny DeVito was, like, holding you at gunpoint, I'm not taking that shit seriously for even a second. Danny DeVito? Hell no. It's Danny fucking DeVito. Like, there's nothing intimidating or life-threatening about Danny DeVito holding you at gunpoint. Or at knife point, or at any point. It's just like, that would just be funny. The same way I can't take Justin Bieber saying a slur seriously, because it's Justin Bieber. Like, really? Who do you think you are? Well, it's just funny. Like, oh no, Justin was racist. Listen, if you are like a diehard Justin Bieber fan, I don't mean to profile, but I'm gonna profile a little bit. There's probably, like, I don't know, like 50% chance you're a little racist. I'm not saying you believe in racist policies or consciously believe it, but, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think if I was gonna check, like, okay, let's say we survey 2,000, because, like, there's so many of them, 2,000 Justin Bieber fans, and then, like, 2,000, like, Taylor Swift fans. I don't know which one would be more racist. I think I'm gonna go with Justin Bieber, solely based on the fact that, like, he probably had a younger audience, and I think younger kids, especially if they just were not raised in a good household, and what I mean by good household is in, like, a conscious household, or they could have been raised in a racist household, and they didn't have time to break away from that, you know. But I don't know. Taylor Swift. Can someone check on Taylor Swift? Wait, I don't know why I need to say that. She's alright. But, like, the amount of hate Taylor Swift got from just being Travis Kelce's girlfriend was kind of insane. I get that, like, you don't want her on screen, but, like, it's not her fault. You know? It's like, oh, like, she's eating up the attention. I don't think she is. I think she would have just gotten used to it, but I imagine she wasn't, like, appreciative about it. You know, I'd imagine she was like, oh, maybe I don't like being constantly on camera when I'm just trying to watch my boyfriend play football. You know, blame the camera operators and the people running the damn show. You know, don't blame her. Get that wench off screen. Get that woman off the screen. I'm trying to watch fucking football. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her doing the cool wave. I don't want to see her doing nothing. Get that. Oh, they probably would call her bitch. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say Taylor Swift is bitch. I don't think that's true. But they probably like, get that bitch off the screen. It's like, dude, like, you know, why you have to make her the problem? She didn't do anything. She just liked the guy, and that guy just happened to be on one of the best teams in the league, and then she got put on camera. You know, it's let's just get over it. It's not her fault. It's kind of old news, though, isn't it? It's a little bit old news. But I think that the problem is, like, at the end of the day, I do agree. It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to watch Taylor Swift do anything. I'm trying to watch football. Or I am. Like, this is why I tuned in to watch football. I don't really care what she's doing. But it's not her fault. That's what I'm saying. We have to direct the hate towards something that's a little more positive. So, like, come next season, are they still dating? Actually, I'm sure I would have heard if they weren't. Let me just Google it just to make sure. Travis, Kelsey, break up with Taylor? No. Oh no, they didn't. Okay. Thank you, Google. Google AI overview. No, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift did not break up. Oh, thank God. Oh, love is dead. Can you imagine? They broke up. Love is dead. Love is gone. I just can't do it. If they can't make it, no one can. I surely can't. We can't be too invested in these things, people. We just can't do it. Invested. We're already insanely invested in sports teams that don't know our names and don't know our families and don't know anything about us and don't care about us and are just using our money for some bullshit that the fucking owner has to fucking use. Listen, we can't get invested in other people's lives like that. I know I'm talking about football a lot. I don't even like football. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be abrasive, and I'm not trying to say you're not allowed to like football. You're allowed to like football. I disagree that it's an entertaining sport to watch. I also kind of agree that, like, at least if we're talking brain trauma and, like, physical health and, you know, just general guidelines regarding personal safety, if we're gonna shut down a sport, it probably should be football. It doesn't seem like it's really a great thing to do if you want to have a functioning brain. And I can see arguments for why you should shut down football. I'm not going to take that stance. It's not really my fight to fight. But either way, I'm talking a lot about football. I'm not even into that much football. But my problem is, like, it's the most insulting thing in the world for a football team or any team, because it probably happens in a lot of sports. I know it does. To have these athletes work their complete ass off the whole season, and be the train and the vehicle, and along with the coaches, you know, for them to put all this time in building something that won them the playoffs, or the what's the football day called? The final touchdown. They won the final touchdown. Is that what happened? So they win the final touchdown, and when they do that, they get their trophy. It's so insulting to have the owner, who is just like some 80-year-old windbag with way too much fucking money, come out and be like, thanks, I did this. Because they just didn't. They didn't do anything. And I know that's probably not controversial, but, like, they didn't do shit. They just had a lot of money. And, like, they didn't, like, do they oversee, like, trade and stuff like that? Maybe if they I guess they hand out contracts, so it's like they're credited with that and whatever, but, like, they shouldn't be holding up the damn trophy. Because, like, even if we actually believe that they deserve any credit for the quote-unquote work they did to make sure the team succeeded, which I don't think they did anything, personally. If we give them credit for the work they did, all the work they did was at the beginning of the fucking season, when they were getting the players on and the coaches on, and, like, that's all they did. They didn't do it for the past 3 months. They haven't been doing anything. They just collect funds. And they say, hey, State Farm, can we get fucking Travis Kelce and Aaron Judge? What the fuck was that guy's? Patrick Mahomes. Can we get them on? And then make me $1 million. Make me $1 million, would you? I'm getting a little bored. Make me $1 million. Let me hold this gold trophy for not doing shit the whole season. Oh my god. I don't know. I like baseball, but I don't pay attention to baseball. Baseball is like it seems a little what's the word I'm looking for? Hypocritical for me to be like, I think football is like so boring, and then to be like baseball is like would be my go-to sport if I knew ball. If I was really into sports ball, you're gonna pick baseball. But like, yeah, of course I'm gonna pick baseball. I mean, I played baseball when I was younger, but baseball is cool. Baseball is fun, and people don't appreciate baseball. Now, is baseball a good, like, thing to... It's not basketball. We need to set some ground rules here. Basketball is objectively the most well-made, entertaining sport to watch and to consume and probably to play. It is a consistent source of energy. There's always something happening, and it's also really easy to understand. So when something cool happens, it's so easy to just be like, oh, that was sick. You know what pisses me off about football is it's like this giant visual clutter. Whenever, after like it takes them like 20 minutes just to get ready to hike the ball, because like someone got a yellow card because they like tripped on the line, and then they got a penalty, and then they got to push that way, and it goes first yard down, and then they get a down taken off, and then they use their timeouts, which I still don't understand the concept of why timeouts are even allowed. They use like 2 timeouts, and then they start the hike, and they hike the ball, hike, and then just 15 dudes just run into each other, and then you see the football for a second, and then it's on the ground, and then you have to wait at least 5 minutes for it to start again. Like, it's just like, it's so boring. Like, it's so boring. The only time football is exciting is when they make like a big throw to like the receiver, and then he catches the ball, and like that's cool. But then like to make it really interesting, he has to like run through the fucking gauntlet. You know, he's got to dodge all these people. Got to make these sick flips into like there's so much pressure on the running. I said the running back, the guy catching the ball from far away to make football entertaining. Because 95% of football is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the clutter of things. Basketball, I can watch that basketball get passed, shot, dropped, everything. It's like a constant, like, you're just following the ball. Just trying to follow the ball. Where's the ball going to go? Where's the ball going to go? Where's the ball going to go? And it's like, there's no way that ball is getting in the hoop. And then it does. It's like, dude, like, that's what I'm talking about. And, like, you saw what it took to get there. Like, you saw the pass, and then the ankle break, and then, like, this little spin move he did, and then there's, like, a layup, and then there's, like, a dunk. Like, just the sheer amount of cool shit that could happen in a basketball match is at least like 10 times the amount of cool shit that could happen in a football game. And I just think baseball is like a couple like cool things above football. And I don't mean multiplicatively. I mean like raw integers addition. Like there's like 2 or 3 things that are cooler in baseball. It's like there might be a home run, and like some guy might steal home. And also sometimes the pitcher is Kodai Senga, and he can throw a ghost forkball, which is like the coolest special move I think I've ever heard of in real life. And I think that's hype. But like objectively, basketball is the best. And then if you're gonna go actually see something, like in the arena, like that's hockey, because hockey is like the closest thing we have to like gladiatorial combat. You know, like the Romans dreamed of hockey. If the Romans just put ice into the Colosseum, dude, with the lions and shit, can you imagine how cool that would be? Hockey with the lions and the chariots and all that. Like, you know how fucking sick that would be? That'd be awesome. I would watch that. I watch that right now. Put that on. Put that on the television. It's like, but you don't even like sports ball. This is bigger than sports ball, man. This is raw, right? This is human nature. Hockey is sick. Especially to go to, because, like, that's what I mean. Like, you're, like, right there, and, like, you just like, watch this, like, cage fight. It's just watching a cage fight. Even when they're not fighting each other, just watching a cage fight. They slam to the walls. You know, they're always, like, fighting, slipping everywhere. And then they do just fight each other. Like, they understand. They understand human nature. And basketball is, like, cool. And then baseball is, like, I don't know what baseball is. Baseball's like drinking milk. And if you like milk, there you go. Football is some horrible mind drug that somehow got boosted to like the _1 sport in America. So no one gives a fuck. I don't even know why people play this damn sport. I don't know what's fun. I don't understand. I don't understand why football exists. I'm not going to. Baseball, you can get a ball, you can get friends, and then you can hit the ball. But like, that's it. I don't know. Anyway. That's all the time we got. So, I hope everyone has a wonderful shift. I hope my shift goes well too. We are getting back onto the clock and making that money. So, I hope you had fun. Hope your shift goes well. Hope everything goes well. And if you're not working, enjoy it. And I will see you